fresh, fun, and new side hustles. That's what you can expect today in today's video. On top of that, you can expect new ideas that you've probably never heard about before that are profitable, that could most likely bring an extra income stream to your pocket fast. Some of these side hustles range from making 20 bucks a day and all the way up to $300, $400 a day. So I figured let's just call it in the middle, 200 bucks a day on average from all these different types of side hustles that we have from you in today's video. So if you're excited about today's video and how that sounds, comment below hustle hard and let's get to today's video. By the way, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. More on that exciting news later on in this video. Now, talking about a really fun and fresh idea, we are talking about 3D printing as a side hustle. Now, if you've never heard of this, good. It is a side hustle that I recently found that is very profitable and a very fun one. Specifically, the inspiration came to share this from an individual who actually lives in the San Francisco Bay Area in California. Now, this gentleman started a 3D printing company and he was able to do this as a side hustle. So he had a job where he worked for an electrical company. Sometimes in that company, he would work really long hours, like 12-hour days, back to back. Okay. And it was cool because on the days that he had off, he would just go hard. He would hustle and build up this income of 3D printing. And he got into a really cool niche of printing costumes. So different costumes and objects that you need to make the costume complete. So the mask, maybe it's a sword, maybe just different things to complement the costume. So he built up this side hustle to $8,400 per month. This is just a side hustle. So this isn't even including his job and full-time gig that he has at the electrical company. And so this is really fun. There is obviously an upfront cost to have the 3D machine, which could range anywhere from $400 for a basic machine all the way up to $4,000 if you want a fancier machine. So you would have to do your due diligence in researching which machine is best for this startup side hustle that you're doing, but it can get really, really fun. I've looked at people that are doing 3D printing for, shoes, like creating flip-flops, specifically in custom sandals that they print out, and you can sell those custom sandals and flip-flops. Another idea is printing out jewelry, right? There's a whole range of different type of jewelry. When you have the freedom to print whatever you want, you can print out jewelry, earrings, necklaces, etc. The other thing is ornaments. So any type of ornament, especially during Christmas time, this would be very fun. Really, any ornament that you can create for any of the seasons or holidays throughout the year is a fun idea. And of course, movie props and costumes like this guy from the Bay Area did, which is huge because I'm a huge Halloween person. Like, I love Halloween. It is my favorite holiday of the year, and there's never anything on Amazon. There's always lame costumes, and I always have to figure out how to do this by myself. If I could pay you or somebody with a 3D printing service to print out the exact costume I want, I will go to you every single year. So definitely consider 3D printing as a fun new side hustle that is already proven in the marketplace to be profitable. All right, the next side hustle that we are reviewing today is TaskRabbit. Now, what is TaskRabbit? It is a app/website where you can sign up and complete different tasks for different types of jobs, people that need things to be done around the house. Really popular tasks or popular tasks can include things like moving furniture, installing different equipment. So like, for example, when people order a desk, they don't want to do it, they'll hire you to put the desk together or something like that. Other tasks that I heard about are just running errands for people. You could do things like, one time I knew a woman who has this dog who was elderly and the back legs were starting to get very weak, so she needed help and got somebody on TaskRabbit to help her come and bring a dog wheelchair and help her put it on the dog. So just really random things that people need help with and that they need you to help them complete. It could be, and again, it could be anything from painting to just different types of chores around the house. And I personally know people who have used TaskRabbit and also worked for TaskRabbit. And I came across an article not too long ago about a 23-year-old guy from Hong Kong who got started on TaskRabbit and, you know, started from zero, from a brand new profile, and worked his way to making over $130,000 per year. Like, that's insane just from this side hustle. And, you know, the story goes, he just wanted something to bring him extra income. So in the first week of starting on TaskRabbit, he was making, by the end of that week, like $100 a day. And he was just like, whoa, like this is a lot of money. And so he became specialized in the moving department and helping with furniture and building up things and putting different furniture pieces together, right? And so as he started, you know, he started off with like charging $15 an hour. As he got more and more 5-star reviews and people wanting to hire him for more and more jobs and returning customers, he then charged, you know, it went from $15 an hour, I believe, to 25 and 30. I'm not sure what the current price is for his services, but he was able to scale his income, his hourly rate, higher faster because he got a lot of reviews. And that's the key. He was able to, you know, after a couple of bad experiences, like and not setting clear boundaries and expectations with the people or the customers on TaskRabbit, once he started making clear expectations and saying, like, you know, this is what you hired me to do. If you want me to finish by 5 p.m., you have to hire me by and have to have me get started by 11 a.m., stuff like that. So the clear expectations really helped with his success on TaskRabbit. And so now I think this gentleman has over 1,400 tasks completed on the platform. That's a lot, right? And he says that now he is reinvesting the money that he makes from TaskRabbit back into his business. So he's buying better tools. He's buying things that will help him become more efficient in his job and, you know, better serve his customers. And his goal ultimately is to use that side hustle money or the TaskRabbit money to reinvest in another type of business that he wants to do in the future. So I thought that was really fun and a really great option if you're looking to build a side hustle and get something profitable on the side fairly quickly. So for the next side hustle, you've heard of babysitting. You've heard of dog sitting and cat sitting and pet sitting, but have you heard of this? Can you think of something else that is alive in the house that needs taking care of while a family goes on vacation? Yep, you guessed it. That is plants. And that is coming up with a plant hotel. So that is creating a plant hotel business. I mean, think about it. How many households have plants that need taking care of while they're gone on vacation? Or sometimes families need to evacuate the house because they're having, let's say, a termite, not inspection, but a termite fumigation or whatever, and they need to leave their house for a week. For the treatment to settle, they have to, you know, take the plants out of the house. So this is a fun one. Plant hotels are like an up and coming new business / side hustle. And it could be obviously something that could be done on the side because plants don't need attention all day long, like babies, like dogs, like other types of pets. And so the other thing is, it is plant lovers. It's a passionate niche, right? People love their plants. It is something that helps people, you know, just with relieving stress, like watering the plants, growing the plants, watching them flourish. And so if they need to go somewhere for a week, a month, whatever, and they need someone to, or somewhere to take their plants in order to, you know, keep them alive, then that's where you come in with your new plant hotel. And so it is very reasonable to get cash flow on this type of business fast. The number one barrier to entry for this side hustle is finding the space to do it, whether, you know, you are looking at a warehouse space or somewhere to rent. I was reading a little bit more into this side hustle, and a reasonable annual income for it is around $15,000, all the way up to, and that would be like a part-time gig, and all the way up to $55,000 annual income if you're going more full-time with this business. And so obviously income will vary depending on your clientele. Maybe you could target businesses specifically, shopping malls, office complexes, hotels. And so some clients will net more profit than others. You just got to be strategic about it in the beginning of starting your plant hotel. Now, as content creating and content creators and content creation, whatever you want to call it, is the fastest growing type of small business in the world, I can't go without mentioning starting a YouTube channel as the next side hustle. Now, this is something that I personally teach, and this is actually what our company specializes in, is helping individuals out there get started with their content creation business and their passive income business by leveraging the YouTube platform. And so I have entire videos dedicated to YouTube marketing and making money on YouTube. So I'll leave a couple of links in the description for you to reference. But I would just say, as I was explaining on a podcast not the other day, why would people want to start with YouTube when they get started on their content creation journey and making money online, right? And I say starting with YouTube because it is by far the most powerful traffic out there, out of everything you see, out of Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, out of LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, you name it. YouTube is number one, and that's because of these factors right here. It is SEO based, so search engine optimization based, which means the content on the channel is evergreen. And so people are always searching for, topics that you will be talking about on your channel. And when they come to your channel, you can refer them to different, to your funnel in the description. You can refer them to different affiliate offers. You can refer them really to anything and any type of offer you are selling online. And so the other factor of why it's so profitable is because it is video. And video is the next best thing to shaking somebody's hand in person and for establishing that relationship. And a way for somebody to get to know you, right? Like as you were watching me right now, if you're brand new to my channel in this video, you're getting to know my style, the way I talk, my voice, my personality, right? And you've never met me in person, or maybe you have, I don't know. Let me know if we've met in person in the comments. But that's kind of the point and why I fell in love with being a content creator, a YouTube content creator, and also teaching it, because not only are you able to make a huge impact and help so many lives, hundreds, thousands, millions of people's lives, it's a great revenue source, and it's a way to create multiple income streams, not just one, like not just sending traffic to your coaching program or not just marketing affiliate offers or something like that. There's so many different ways and avenues to monetize a YouTube channel. I've said, and I've broken down on other previous videos, recent videos actually, like last year in the calendar year, this channel broke 6 figures alone in Google AdSense revenue. And that was not even the highest source of revenue. That was just the automated revenue and income produced from the channel. But on the back end and monetizing in other ways on the channel, we were able to make much more than that with our digital products and other services that we offer in our company. So that was really special. And again, I'll leave a couple links in the description to learn more about being a YouTube creator and how powerful it could be to monetize this platform. And if you are interested in learning more, go ahead and download our Subscribers to Sales Blueprint right up here, or first link in the description, and it goes over the 6 steps to creating a really successful YouTube channel, monetizing it, building a business, all that great stuff. All right, so the next profitable side hustle we're talking about is a cleaning business. And now, before you roll your eyes and you're like, Marissa, I'm not gonna just clean houses and do this dirty work that I don't wanna do. Wait a minute. I'm talking about building a automated business, an automated house cleaning business where you don't even have to pick up and lift them up. You don't have to pick up a broom or use a vacuum cleaner. You would basically build this business and automate all of the functionalities from the beginning. Now, why is this becoming a more profitable and more appealing side hustle to individuals? It's because, well, cleaning houses is a service that's going to be needed forever. It's a demand as our population grows and as bigger metropolitan cities expand, cleaners are going to be in more and more demand. And so there's a couple that I recently came across that talks about how they built their house cleaning business from scratch, from nothing. In the past 3 years have almost made $1 million in revenue, right? And as I mentioned, they have not picked up a broom. They haven't done any of the cleaning themselves. They have outsourced all of the labor intensive positions of this business. And they've also, gotten contracts, agreements, pricing, just customer service, all of these things automated and in line. So it's really cool that they can operate this business from wherever they want, wherever in the world, and they don't need to be physically in the city where their business is hosted. So it's really fun. And I think it's really cool just to say in general, as a side hustle, automating any type of business is a really fun idea, and I think that is doable for any type of business model you're interested in doing. So I think this is a great moment to interrupt and say today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Now, what is Skillshare? It's an amazing online learning community where there's a whole, think of it as a digital library full of thousands of classes where you can learn and sharpen any skill. The idea is with these classes and the ability to learn virtually more on any topic that you're interested in, it'll inspire, creativity, and it'll be a lot funner to level up your learning experience. And so, for example, in today's video, you're interested in learning about side hustles. Well, Skillshare offers a ton of great classes about side hustles and how to have a successful side hustle. And as a matter of fact, one of my favorite teachers, Ali Abdal, has a class on just this, starting a successful side hustle. And I love all of the classes he teaches because he's really excellent at what he does. And so it was really fun taking his side hustle class because this guy is amazing. I mean, he's a YouTuber, he's a doctor, and has built an online business, a 7-figure online business on the side. So when it comes to side hustles, I'm really going to trust his advice. And he goes over all the steps and concepts of a successful side hustle in his class. And I really get inspired by learning from him, and I know that you will as well. And guess who else is going to become a Skillshare teacher this year? That's right, you guessed it, me. I love the community so much, and I'm really excited to make my debut with my first class. And so you definitely want to join the Skillshare community. And so as a matter of fact, the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will get a month free trial of Skillshare. So click the link below and start your trial today. All right, so the next hustle we're talking about is an online bakery. This is a fun one, especially if you love baking, if that is your niche and you love to, make desserts and cakes and cupcakes for other people. This is your go-to where you're able to start this side hustle, do it virtually, so you don't need to open an actual bakery, right? That's why it's called online, because you can, if you wanted to do this from your house, in theory you could. And so some of the things that you need to be aware of are just the home bakery laws in your state, in your province, wherever you are. And there's certain regulations that you have to follow when opening up a bakery business. And so some home bakery startup costs to consider are renovations, kitchen equipment, the recipes you'll need, the ingredients you'll need to get started, maybe and also the development of a menu, license fees, insurance, stuff like that. And so an online bakery could be a perfect side hustle for bakers because of the fact that it could be an at-home business and you can save majorly on startup costs. I personally found a meal prep company that I love around here in my local area, and although it's not a bakery, I always add on extra desserts that they make, like their keto cheesecake and their protein donuts. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, if they opened a bakery portion of this meal prep company, I would be on it because their desserts are delicious. So check out the demand in your local area for, bakeries, and you could even get into sub niches of the bakery like vegan, keto, and it could be a really, really cool and exciting idea for you. Now, the next side hustle is earning interest with cryptocurrency. And so this is dipping into our new era of, Web 3.0, cryptocurrency, all these fun things, decentralized finance. And so step one of this whole process is to own cryptocurrency, right? It doesn't have to be Bitcoin. It could be any of the coins that you are interested in. But the idea is that you would host or put your cryptocurrency in an exchange that offers high interest rates. So like Gemini offers 8% interest per year. So basically by having your crypto in this Gemini account, you would earn 8% on it. And you could, see if I put $1,000 this year, what does that look like after 1 year, 2 years, etc. The same thing with an exchange like BlockFi, where you could earn 9.25% APY. And this is really cool because as opposed to earning 0.01% at a normal bank, at a conventional bank, it's kind of like, it's nothing. I mean, it's a penny you're earning versus 8%, 9% per year that you could be earning and really compounding that interest. And you can kind of take it a step further if you're interested. And this would take more effort and like hustling part, right? Where you would get into decentralized finance and do an advanced strategy called yield farming. So you would use different tokens and stable coins of the different blockchain technology. And so the specific strategy behind this, it's called staking or yield farming, where you would provide you would lend out your cryptocurrency, right? And you would let other people trade with it. So this helps the market of cryptocurrency. And this is really cool because as you lend out your coins, you get rewarded for it. So when people trade and make profits, you get a cut of that. So it's really, really cool to just be able to lend out your cryptocurrency and make passive income from the work that other people are doing. And so the next side hustle we're talking about today is a smash room. So you would be smashing some shit, okay? Not you, but you would provide a space, a room where people can go and they can, just smash some old electronics. They could smash different auto parts, just things that people have recycled or thrown away. You would provide a smash room space so people could do that. There's been a lot of great benefits and people talking about the benefits of relieving stress and having the ability to just go and just let loose and get out the stress and whatever you're going through that day. And this is a fun side hustle model because with a smash room you can charge monthly recurring subscriptions. So maybe I did see a smash room in Texas where they charge on the low end $45 a month, and that gets you X amount of minutes per month to do some smashing, right? And on the high end they charge $165. And that includes, you could bring a friend, you could bring your spouse, whatever, and a longer time frame to be in the room and smash some stuff. And this is really interesting because this is a new thing. This is a new type of business that we've never really seen before, like a smash room, right? And so I was looking at the results of a business owner who talked about the success of his smash room, where he grew it to, in 2 years, he was able to have 15,000 customers come through the room. And it's really cool because not only is it a wellness outlet for your customers, they're also smashing down the material, which most of it is recyclable material. So then, as the material gets smashed, you can then take that material and go get it recycled. And so that material goes to a good cause because it's going to get further recycled. And so the hard work is done because it's already smashed into little pieces. And so obviously the startup cost for this would be the space, renting the space to have this room, also considering where you're going to get these items to smash, right? So that the customers can have something that they can go, and also providing things like the suit. I think they provide a bodysuit, goggles, and protective gloves, stuff like that, so you don't get cut. So you don't have people coming in there smashing something and then bleeding, and it's just oh crap, this isn't what I meant. So those are some things to consider as upfront costs for a smash room. The next side hustle we are talking about is starting a glamping business. Okay, this is fun because I've personally stayed in glamping type of accommodations on Airbnb, and just about any place you look at on Airbnb that has glamping style sites, they charge $100 a night. It's not cheap. Just because it's a glorified tent does not mean it's cheap, and which means that it could be a cash flow positive business for you really soon. So let's talk about the yurts, the tents, the actual glamping little houses, I guess you could say. You can buy them. Those do take an initial upfront cost anywhere for the lower quality tents and yurts. It could be $1,000 up to your fancy yurts could be $6,000 if you want different types of features in it, like a stove, some type of bathroom, whatever it is. There's websites that sell these different types of products for you, and there's again all different types of price ranges with different features. But the good news is, and relatively speaking, that's not expensive. I mean, think about a car is double that price, triple that price. There's lots of even motorcycles, just things I know that my dad recently invested in a very fancy mountain bike which cost $6,000. I'm whoa. So I mean, to have a cash flow positive side hustle and business with this glamping, an upfront cost of $1,000 to $6,000 isn't a lot when you can make that cash back pretty quickly from once you open up the business and start having tenants renting out the space. And so I would say the research that needs to be done up front is looking at the location. Obviously, outdoor places that aren't really, in the middle of a big city, or a space where people can feel like they have that camping experience would be a good idea. So thinking ahead of time of where you could rent land, lease land, maybe even buy land if you want to take it seriously. And you can have these different options to choose from in the beginning. And a recent study has shown that a lot of new glamping businesses can reach that 6-figure mark, the 100K in profit pretty quickly, but you do have to be strategic about it. So if glamping sounds like fun, check it out. The next side hustle we're talking about today is focus groups. Our focus groups, right? And so what focus groups are basically you would participate in a study and get paid to do it. So this could be in the form of participating in a group setting, so in person or online. And so essentially you're getting paid to share your experience, your opinion, and whatever type of feedback you have on a product or service. The idea is big and small companies hire these research companies to help them do research on their products and services. And in turn, these research companies hire focus groups, which are very small groups of individuals to help them with the research, right? Because they, let's say you have a science background and the specific company wants your experience and feedback in that niche, and you are very valuable. And it is fun because you can get paid just for participating, let's say in a 5-hour study or doing market research or something like that. They don't typically last very long. These studies can last, just hours at a time. It's not like you would have one study where you would spend 3 months. No, it's more like you would spend a couple hours, a weekend, etc. And so the following websites are places you can go to find legit focus groups to participate in. So respondent.io pays on average $140 per hour. Focusgroup.com, $75 to $150 per survey. Recruit and Field, $100 to $275 per survey. Survey feeds, they pay about $2,000 per survey offline, meaning in person, and up to $300 per study online. So those are some places where you can start if you're interested in participating in some focus groups, helping companies with predicting trends, improving products, making data-driven decisions, etc. All right, so the next side hustle we're talking about is getting paid to conversate. Yes, that's right, to have conversations. If you're watching this video, it's likely, well, maybe not likely, but it could be that your native language is English or that you're really good at English. Maybe you're bilingual, something like that. So if you were to join a platform like Cambly, you can just basically get paid to have conversations with students that need to learn English, different age groups. And so in order to join Cambly, it's pretty cool because all you would need is a webcam, an internet connection, and your laptop. So it's really cool and even a phone would work too. I've known people who taught and tutor English online, and they operate their whole, tutoring business from their phone. They're able to take that and just, give classes wherever they are, as long as they have an internet connection. And this is really cool because you can get paid and also learn about new people and new cultures and tutor and talk to people all around the world. So it's not just, whatever country you're in, you're limited to tutoring those people. It's anywhere in the world, people that want to learn the English language. And Cambly does pay and have their payments through PayPal. And so that would be the method that you would be receiving payments for teaching English online. The next side hustle is lo-fi music production. So on YouTube, most likely you've came across a music playlist where you just needed some music to just chill and be productive. And a lot of these playlists are called lo-fi beats, lo-fi hip hop, lo-fi cafe, just other types of sounds that people just want to listen to while they're, trying to get productive and be creative, etc. And so if you know how to produce lo-fi beats, this could be really fun and also a passive income stream. So not just, putting in the work and hustling to create the music, but once you post it on a platform where you can sell your music, you can earn royalties from doing this. So for example, I know a lo-fi beat creator who made a bunch of lo-fi beats and put his music on artlist.io. And I think in 1 year, from royalties and from payments, he made over 50 grand passively, because obviously it takes work to produce the beats up front, but once you post it on these different types of websites that offer content creators like myself the ability to buy and purchase copyright-free music, this is a really profitable way and passive way to get paid for something you enjoy doing, like creating music. And so you can also take this concept a little bit further, and if you want to, for example, sell things like animations, logos, different templates, things that people can buy over and over that you just need to produce once, this is a great way to do it. And so lo-fi music production is something that is in very high demand. The next side hustle is niche event planning. So event planning is nothing new to our world, right? There's been wedding event planners for years. But the point is there's new niches coming around that you can make event planning extremely profitable. The more niche your event type is, the better. So for example, a girl was recently interviewed on Make It NBC. I forget the network, but she started a side hustle. It was literally just a side hustle where people hired her to help with planning bachelorette parties. So she got specific and she loved planning bachelorette parties. And I think it's called like Batch Babes or something like that, that her event or her business is called. And I think within just 6 months, she was able to gross $19,000 in the business in revenue, which is really impressive, as that was just 6 months after doing it. So this is getting more and more popular. So like another popular example is luxury picnics. People are loving luxury picnics, and it took off, especially during the pandemic when people weren't able to be enclosed, but outdoor picnics was a very COVID-friendly activity, right? And so that was really cool. So if you have a niche and interested in a specific sub niche of events, maybe it's going away party planning, whatever it is, that would be really cool and a great way to start and just get your product and idea and concept out there, monetize it, and as you grow it, you can hire people to help you, like that one girl did with the Batch Babe. She just kept hiring people because there was so many bookings for her bachelorette party plannings that she needed help, and that's how she was able to grow that business. And it's something that she thoroughly enjoys, and so it worked for her. So she's able to now expand not only in her city, I think it was Nashville, but she's able to broaden her service to different states and different cities and offer it there. The next side hustle idea is a subscription box. These are so popular, and this is also something that is pretty pandemic friendly, right? Sending out different kits, because a lot of people transitioned to this side hustle model, this business model during the pandemic, where they weren't able to offer things in person anymore. So they made it virtual, and they started mailing these different kits and these different boxes with different goodies inside of it to people's homes. So for example, again, any sub niche where you're interested and you like this niche and you have experience with it, like a prenatal kit. So prenatal kit for expecting moms. You know, you can add in like prenatal protein, guides, just things like resources to help women throughout their pregnancy, makeup kits. A lot of makeup companies send out different makeup boxes that have, a palette of eyeshadow, a new brush, just something that is really fun that they can get a new product. And it's really cool for the customer receiving the box, because every month they can look forward to receiving a new product and receiving a new guides, whatever it is. Another example is kids activity boxes, where you can send out different activity books, coloring books, different books and things, and to keep kids busy. And the same thing applies for jewelry boxes, meal prep kits, tea kits. There's even a subscription box for pets, like I think it's called Bark Box, and they send different types of toys and stuff to your pets and different treats and things like that. And going back to the meal prep kits, I recently tried a meal prep. It wasn't prep, it was meal ingredient kits. Like they send you every single month or week, actually, they send you recipes, all the ingredients to cook each meal that they have on the recipe. And so they give you the recipes, they give you instructions step by step on how to cook it. They give you everything you need, like spices, cream cheese, rice, the meat. They send you the meat in the box. So it's really cool. You can get really creative with the different type of subscription box that you want to start. And so the next side hustle is very simple. Get good at something. And what I mean by that is, if you've noticed a trend with all of these side hustles that we've talked about, it's just starting with some type of thing and getting good at it and just scaling it. Any and everything that we've mentioned in this video. And so I can give an example of getting good at something when it comes to all of these online business that are technically startup businesses and small companies, like businesses that where people start off as solopreneurs and then they transition into CEO and actually building companies, similar to my experience, where you in any part of that business, you can get good at something, whether that's video editing, whether that's offering social media management, whether that's offering being a community manager, being a customer service representative. Maybe you get good at being a virtual assistant, and then you can then start a company on teaching other virtual assistants how to get good and how to get clients. And so really the sky's the limit with a skill that you can develop, a high income producing skill that you get good at yourself first, and offering that service as a freelancer. And then as you get better and better, you can charge more, and then obviously build a team around whatever it is you're doing. So it could be sales funnels. Again, it could be graphic design. It could be operations management. So helping business owners operate their teams. There's some type of niche probably for you that you could be good at and help with. Bookkeeping, tax consulting, anything like that, that will always be evergreen and high demand needs for any type of business. Get good at it, and you'll be surprised at how profitable and how quick you can start getting paid. All right, guys, it's so cool that you've made it to this point in this video. I appreciate you. And if you made it this far, I guarantee you'll love the video coming up next, which talks about making money online and how to, if you're starting with a zero budget, like $0, how you can get started with nothing and make up to $100 a day with your online business. That video starts right here, right now. We'll see you on that video. How many times have you heard somebody tell you that starting a business is just too risky and it takes a lot of upfront money? Maybe you've also heard somebody say that the average startup cost